Oh boy, Federal Reserve just increased the federal funds rate to 5%. What is that going to mean for real estate? Hey everyone, James Clark, broker with Century 21 Alton Clark. Well, the FOMC, or Federal Open Market Committee, just met today. And yep, even on the heels of all the banking issues and the banking collapses, everything that we're facing today, they decided to increase the federal funds rate from 4.75 to 5%. So naturally, everyone, myself includes, asking, what is this going to mean for the market? Well, I want to share some detailed information with you that I'm constantly looking at so that you can make some informed decisions. Now, we will hopefully know some more additional information on mortgage application data in the coming days, so stay tuned for that. But here's what we know as of right now. So as of right now, the National Association of Realtors, who just released their numbers yesterday, I believe, their housing market data showed an increase of 14.5% in sales, which is really a welcome sign. Now, on top of that, the seasonally adjusted annual rate of sales rose sharply from 4 million to 4.58 million, which is a really nice move in the right direction. So there's signs that things are getting a little bit better. Now, don't get too excited, because inventory levels continue to sit at 2.6 months supply, which is still very problematic. And median sales prices sit at $363,000 nationally, which is only up 0.2%. So values are kind of flat. So what's the real question here? Well, that surrounds where are the financial and housing markets headed, right? So let's take a look at that. In watching the press conference today with Fed Chairman Jerome Powell, I observed that the median projection for real GDP growth stands at 0.4% for this year and 1.2% next year, which is well below the normal growth rate for GDP. Now the key area to look at is unemployment, right? Today we sit at 3.6%, but guess what? Job vacancies remain really high. And according to the Congressional Budget Office, unemployment projections are expected to rise to 5.1% by the end of this year, with an average of about 4.7% for the year as a whole. So what's the summary here? Inflation is too high, right? Labor markets remain too tight. GDP growth is trending way behind pace, and that's just to name a few things. So what is this going to mean? What's it going to mean for buyers out there? Well, although mortgage rates shouldn't increase sharply this year, it's the cost to buy a car, it's the cost of credit card debt going up. That's what's going in the wrong direction. That's what's got me a little concerned. If people have less money in their pockets, that's going to mean they're going to do like one of two things. They're either, if they're buying, they're going to buy a lower price point, or they're going to simply rent until they have more liquidity. Now, a pretty stark example of this can be seen in the fact that 1.25 million fewer million-dollar homes in America exist as of right now. That's right. Homes valued at $1 million dropped 7% due to the drastic impact of homebuyer purchasing power. Now, if you're a buyer out there, I would lean more towards looking at more affordable housing options and more affordable locations, as opposed to sitting on the sidelines and renting. Why? You're asking. Well, that's because Florida continues to be one of the leaders for rental rate increases. Now, nationally, we've seen rental rates increase as much as 7%. It's worse in Florida. But here's the thing, real estate should be a long-term investment. And if you have that kind of mindset, now is still really a good time, because you're going to get more bang for your buck. For example, in an article recently released by Redfin, 45% of sellers offered concessions coming into 2023. And it's still continuing. That means better pricing, down payment assistance, so on. So my main reason for stating this is it's connected to a study done by the Federal Reserve, and it's the one that showed that median net worth of a homeowner was $255,000 versus the net worth of a renter being $6,300. That's a major difference. That's why I say now is a good time to buy. It's all about getting your wealth building strategy done and started. Now, I did take some good news out of Chairman Powell's press conference today, and that was that ongoing rate increases may not be appropriate, but instead some additional policy affirming. Take a listen to the chairman yourself.
As a result, we no longer state that we anticipate that ongoing rate increases will be appropriate to quell inflation. Instead, we now anticipate that some additional policy firming may be appropriate.
So, translation, it appears that we may be nearing the end of the continual Fed rate increases. Now remember, as of today, we now sit at 5% for the Fed's projections, But they project that we're going to end at about 5.1%. So that means we're going one more probably small rate hike coming. And then the end of 2024 should see us at 4.3%, and 25 should be around 3.1%. Now, if I'm not mistaken, there's going to be 6 more FOMC meetings, so I'll continue to watch that carefully and share any updates with you. Hopefully, we won't see any more significant moves. So to summarize, buyers need to be thinking about wealth building right now and understand that if you're going to buy right now, then simply plan on staying for a while and you're going to be fine. Now, those of you out there that are thinking of buying and have the possibility of maybe having to relocate in the next 12 to 18 months, to those people, I would maybe say rent and watch. Now, for sellers out there right now wondering, how do I time the market? Well, I would suggest, all the data suggests that things are going to get slightly worse before they get better, real estate-wise. So time is of the essence, in my humble opinion, and I'd recommend getting your home on the market ahead of any further rate hikes or honestly any further instability. Now, I say this for a couple of reasons. Values are flat and will hopefully remain that way, but there are models out there that call for a slight decrease in value. Now, although they're slight, any decrease isn't good. I'm also concerned that the number of buyers are going to continue to go down and that buying power is going to continue to diminish, or even impatience with further instability is going to cause buyers to sit on the fence. The diminished buying power is a real issue. Like I said, especially for the luxury home sellers out there. I've already pointed out why. Now, I do hold out hope, and you should too. Florida remains a hotspot for people who are relocating throughout the United States. So Miami remains, actually they sit at number 1 on Redfin's top 10 places people are moving to. Yes, there's a list. Tampa comes in at number 5, Orlando's at number 6. And that's nationwide. So as long as we continue to see that, there's still hope for sellers to get a good number. So the key is, again, do it sooner than later. And look, only hire a pro, as now's not the time to be messing around. So I know that was a lot of information, but I hope you found it useful. And please understand that, look, everyone's situation is different. Before you do anything, before you make any decisions, please give me a call, talk to a pro, work through your situation, because every neighborhood, every city is different. I'll continue to monitor the real estate and financial markets, and I will share any developments with you as they come about at minimum each and every month, so please stay tuned. Listen, thanks again for watching this. I know it was pretty long-winded, but I hope you found it useful, and I will see you next month.
You ain't seen nothing like this.